So you are much more blessed and you have a far greater opportunity than Prahlada's audience had. This is something very important. Ko adiprayaso asurabalaka. Hey asurabalakaha, kaha adiprayasaha. Where is any great difficulty at all in the matter of worshipping the Supreme Lord Hari in your heart? Harehe upasane. In the upasana of Lord Hari, in worshipping Lord Hari, what great difficulty are you thinking of or trying to report? Sve hridi. Why? Because He is present in your heart. He is not 1 millimeter away from your body. He is the closest to you than your own mind, intelligence and ego. Sve hridi. Chidravatsadaha. He is always present. Never He becomes absent. He never gets away from there. No exit at all for Him any time from your heart. Chidravatsadaha. Like the space or the sky is present everywhere, interpenetrating the other 4 objects, other 4 elements. In the same manner, interpenetrating your body, mind, heart, intelligence, ego, He is present. Swasyatmanaha. It is Him that you refer to as I every time you say this. Every one of us is speaking about the I. And what does it refer to or denote? It denotes and refers to the self. So it is nothing but the self. And that self is the Lord. Sakyuhu ashesha dehinam. He is the one sakha, one benefactor friend, one trustworthy friend of all creatures. Not only of you, but of all creatures. Samanyatahim vishayoh papadanai. By neglecting or taking your eyes away from Him, what is it that you are going to do in this world? Fleeting, troublesome, tormenting, sensory indulgences you have. We can eat, we can smell, we can see, we can hear, and we can touch. Samanyataha. These are available for all the other creatures, not necessarily for human beings. Perhaps as human beings, we are restricted and we have to regulate ourselves. It is better to be born as animals so that unhinderedly we can eat anything, anytime, as much as we want. So don't say that there is any resistance or any difficulty for you. Kodhi prayaso asurabalaka harerupasane sve hridi chidravatsataha swasya atmanas sakyuhu ashesha dehinam samanyatahkim vishayoh papadanai. What does Srimad Bhagavatam propose to do? By repeatedly discussing the subject, exposing the various elements connected with the exposition, Srimad Bhagavata is trying to instill, induce, imbue in your system that unflinching devotion to the Supreme Lord. And who is this Lord? Your own indweller, the Antaratma that you have. So turning your gaze away from all the external things, from all the pictures, from all the idols, from the seemingly holy and unholy things of the world, focus your attention on your own heart. My dear viewers, what difficulty do you have? Am I not by this explanation making your devotional and spiritual pursuit all simple, easy of access? Kim vanena dhanena vajigaribihi praptena rajyena kim va putra kalatra mitra pashubihi dehena gehena kim jnatvai dakshana bhanguram sabadire tyajyam mano duradaha swatmartham guruvakyato bhaja bhaja Shri Parvati Vallabham. This is actually a verse composed by Shankaracharya. When it comes to a question of emphasizing dispassion, Shankara, like Srimad Bhagavatam, will not spare any words at all. His compositions become very eloquent about it. Kim vanena dhanena vajigaribihi praptena rajyena kim. He says, of what avail and use? Kim vanena dhanena. You may have enormous wealth, but of what use is it? Does even a part of it physically enter your body to touch and make the mind delightful? Certainly not. Everything remains outside. When the body falls, everything goes away. Even when the body is there, they are remaining separate from you, not one with you. Kim vanena dhanena vajikaribihi. In ancient times, people had horses, elephants, etc. Of what use are they? He is asking. Praptena rajyena kim. Suppose you are able to conquer and subdue the neighboring kings, and all of them agree that you are an emperor of the first order. Even then what? Kimva. These are all external attainments. Now he comes to the limited circle called the family. Kimva. Of what avail? Are putra, kalatra, mitra, pashubhihi. You may have sons. You may have friends, well-wishers. You may also have wife or even wives. Maharajas used to have more than one wife. Many queens were there. Pashubhihi, similarly a number of cows. In our Shastras they say, Yajnavalkya and some others, they had a number of cows. Cows used to be the wealth. Dehena, gehena kim. Maybe you have a robust body, a very healthy, tufty body. Then what? Gehena kim. What about a huge palace or multi-storied mansions? Jnatva dakshana bhanguram. Understand that all these are fleeting, evanescent, transitory, vanishing. Sabadire tyajyam mano duradaha. Evaluate them. I have got a mortal body. And with the mortal body, whatever I acquire or possess, they are also mortal things. So the mortality is in fact multiplied by repeated mortal possessions. Therefore what? Think in this manner. Everything is subject to change, subject to fleetingness. Tyajyam mano duradaha. Then take the mind away from all these possessions. Understand the futility of possessiveness and the temporary character of the possessions, and take your mind away from it at a safe distance. Then what should you do? Swatmartham. In order to get hold of your own self, to possess, to rejoice in your own inmost self. Guru Vakyato bhaja bhaja. Seek a Sadguru's feet and then start bhaja and bhaja. Start worshipping. Worshipping whom? Sri Parvati Vallabham. The consort of Goddess Parvati, that is Paramashiva. This is a verse he has composed on Shiva. Kim vanena dhanena vajikaribihi praptena rajyena kim va putra kalatra mitra pashubhihi dehena gehena kim jnatvai dakshana bhanguram sabadire tyajyam mano durataha swatmartham guruvakyado bhaja bhaja Sri Parvati Vallabham. You see, when you recite these verses or hear statements and expositions, proclamations of this kind, automatically the impact in the mind is very strong and sustaining note of dispassion. Let us not become dispassionate when we grow older and older. Dispassion is a quality that should grace you right from the start. Let us live in this world knowing what it is. Let us have a body clearly evaluating what its ultimate worth is. Let us not be deluded. The ritualistic people never think in this manner. For them, this world is everything, and the other world is even more so. But the fact remains that all the world is an illusion, is transitory. That lesson of transitoriness never occurs to them. Ayurnashyati pashyatam pratidinam yadikshayam yauvanam pratyayanti gataha purarna divasaha kalo jagadbhakshakaha Lakshmi stoyataranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jeevidam tasman mam sharanagatam sharanada tvam raksha rakshadhuna. He analyzes life and presents before you. Who can change and alter these pronouncements? Ayur nashyati pashyatam. What a great statement. Pashyatam. As we are looking at with open eyes, Ayuhu nashyati. Our life is ebbing away. As we are looking on, you are taking breath. You will feel that you are taking breath and you are leaving it. With one inhalation and one exhalation, your life is getting reduced. It has declined. One more time you have taken food means what? You are nearer death to that extent. So everything is actually getting destroyed here. Ayuhu nashyati pashyatam. It is not taking place in stealth. With open eyes. You have eyes to see, mind to think, intelligence to understand. While all these things are going on, your life is, this is what happens. Pratidinam, every day this is happening. Yadikshayam yauvanam. Our youthfulness about which we boast. Yadi, it is going, it is never coming, it is not staying. It is waxing and waning off, waning off, waning off. Yadikshayam yauvanam pratyayam digataha punarna divasaha. A day once gone, it will never come back. As I am speaking to you, as this telecast is going on, as I speak with every breath and with every word, my life tenor, the lifetime, it is getting reduced and reduced. Every moment is dying, passing away, passing away. Are we aware of this? This is not merely true of me. This is true of every one of you, the whole of my audience, the whole of this earth and the earth's creatures. Let us be very clear about it. Pratyayanti gataha punarna divasaha. Whatever moment, day, hour or month or week has passed away, it will never come back. Never come back. Kalo jagat bhakshakaha. Then how do you understand or describe time? Kala, time, jagat bhakshakaha. It is devouring the entire world. So time is a devourer of the entire world. Lakshmi stoyataranga bhanga chapala. Whatever fortune, in the way of wealth, property, children or otherwise, whatever you have, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, taranga bhanga chapala. It is just like bubbles and other things floating on the waves of the sea. Taranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jeevidam. Our life itself is something like lightning. In a flash, suddenly the life breath can stop. Tasman mam, therefore, my dear Lord, sharanagatam, sharanada, tvam raksha, rakshadhuna. Therefore, my dear Lord, who is always the bestower of relief for the people who have surrendered before you. Right this very moment, protect me and save me, he says. So after the mind revolves this kind of a thought, this kind of an evaluation, the feeling that, my dear Lord, you should save and protect me this very moment, this very fraction of a moment, this kind of a prayer and a feeling, a persuasion is sure to arise in the mind. So all the praises that you are making should not merely be praises. They should also have an evaluation about life and the need for cultivating devotion. आयुर्नश्यति पश्यतां प्रतिदिनं यादिक्षयं यौवनं प्रत्यायान्ति गताः पुनर्न दिवसाः कालो जगद्भक्षकः लक्ष्मीस्तोयतरङ्गभङ्गचपला विद्युच्चलं जीवितं तस्मान्मां शरणागतं शरणद त्वं रक्ष रक्षाधुना. Now we are going back to Chamasa's version. हित्वात्यायासरजिताः गृहापत्य सुहृच्छ्रियः तमो विशन्ति अनिच्छन्दो वासुदेव पराङ्मुखा. He is concluding. What is the manner in which he is concluding? Hitva atyayasarajitaah grihapatra suhृच्छ्रियः. Hitva, leaving everything. Leaving what? Atyayasarajitaah. Putting a lot of effort, struggling and striving, hard, perseverance. They have earned many things. What? Grihapatya suhृच्छ्रियः. First of all, a house, then children, suhrt, friends and well-wishers, shriyaha, either wealth or property or fortune. All these things hard-earned with a lot of struggle and striving. Leaving all of them, tamo vishanti anichando, because they have not known the truth, what is happening, they simply enter into darkness. They think that they are going to enter into a luminous level. It is not luminosity. Tamo vishanti anichando. Actually, they don't want to leave. They don't want to go to hell. They don't want to enter into darkness. But it happens. Only because they are suffering from ignorance. They don't do any logical or spiritual evaluation. Vasudeva parang mukhaha. The sole cause for it, he says, Vasudeva parang mukhaha. They have turned their gaze away from Lord Vasudeva. They have turned from God and the path of righteousness. That is the only reason. Now, this conclusion is very, very important. Very, very important. हित्वात्यायासरजिताः गृहापत्य सुहृच्छ्रियः तमो विशन्ति अनिच्छन्दो वासुदेव पराङ्मुखाः. Why Chamasa is speaking like that? Because you should remember the question which was raised. What was the question which was raised by King Nimi? Bhagavantam harim prayo na bhajanti atmavittamah tesham ashanta kamanam ka nishtha avijitatmanam. King Nimi wanted to know very clearly, Bhagavantam harim prayo na bhajanti atmavittamah. Generally, people at large are not worshipping the Lord Hari. It is true that they have read the Vedas. They are following many acharas and anushtanas, many religious and other practices. But in reality, they don't have that puerile devotion, pure devotion to the Lord Hari. If you have pure devotion to the Lord, you should understand Him to be immortal, and you should understand the whole world to be mortal. And the mind should turn away from the world. Then only it can go nearer God. So that basic discrimination is not there, dispassion is not there. Then as a result of it, what happens? Tesham ashantakāmānām. The desire and greed and possessiveness in the mind never get attenuated. Always they are under pressure, under domination. Under domination of what? Greed, possessiveness, a lot of desire. Now what happens to them, he asked. Ka nishtha avijitatmanam. For such people who do not have a control over their senses, control over their mind, who do not employ their intelligence with a view to bring about inner and outer moderation, for such people, what will be the plight and fate? This was the enquiry. It was in answer to this that Chamasa spoke so much. So his conclusion is very, very important. What is that? Hitvatyayasarajita grihapatya suhृच्छ्रियः tamo vishanti anichando vasudeva parangmukhaah. They are ignorant, they are deluded, they are perverted. All of them, they fall into perpetual hell. This is what happens. Now, what I have to say and Srimad Bhagavatam has to exhort, understand it very clearly. None of you should become a prey to this kind of a downfall. Make sure that this does not happen to any one of you or your family members. Wherever there is an opportunity to have satsang, seek it, seek it. Seek it with a whole heart, with a sense of despair. Whenever a Mahatma comes and he gives talks or he exposes truths, certainly you must go and listen to them. Don't say, I have no time, I was very busy. Not only you should tell your friends, take them also. You should persuade your children. Till they become 12 or 13, they will listen to you. Thereafter they may not listen to you. Don't wait for that period. Right from the childhood, you expose. I told you earlier that a Muslim gentleman has brought 3 of his daughters here. He has altogether 4, 1 is married. Why did you come? I am happy, please come, I told him. He said, I came here earlier. I wanted to bring my daughters so that they will also have a darshan and blessing from you. See, this is how one should behave. Don't wait for getting this ignorance confirmed in you more and more. Do not be deluded. Do not be perverted. Do not be distorted. Any kind of an ego in this matter is a great ruin. Understand it very clearly. Make sure that this kind of a Vasudeva Parangmukhatva does not befall you. Try to be devoted to God. Wherever there is an exposition about Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita or such other texts, make it a point to go there and be present with a lot of attention and sense of receptivity. Make no mistake. Take your children also before they start refusing if at all. As children, they are under you. Don't say that they have tuition, this, that and all. Carry on properly. The whole ISS, this inner spiritual splendor telecast, will become meaningful and relevant only if this is ensured. Why I am doing this telecast? Only to see that millions of people are exposed to this great treasure and blessing of ours. Now, if you are able to imbibe even a small fraction of what is being conveyed, it's going to be a great blessing, a treasure for you, for your family members, and also for the continuing generation. Many may be hearing this truth, perhaps for the first time. For the first time, this kind of an exposition is not easy. Srimad Bhagavatam itself is being read and narrated so many times. But when it comes to the Mukti Skandha, the Ekadasha, the 11th, nobody will have any time. They start reading it very fast. There is also a feeling that ordinary people are not in a position to explain this Mukti Skandha. It is the last message of Krishna. Be sure that no opportunity, wherever it comes, will be missed by any one of you. Don't have this kind of a plight which we have described here. Never be indifferent to God. Never be inattentive to devotion. Never be negligent about participating in any kind of a spiritual expositional venture. Somehow you should find time to be present there. Very, very important. It is indispensable in your life.